Alright, the next Scratch Canvas crossover project is going to be a dot painting. Let's start with the Scratch part of it. Here's your backdrop. You pick two colours, you get the bucket, and you use the gradient. And the only reason we're doing this is because the gradient's going to come up again in the Canvas project similar to this. So in Scratch it's pretty straightforward. The script is that for the backdrop. Just clears everything. Now there are 4 ways this dot painting works, and what I've done is I've gone when 1 key pressed, when 2 key pressed, when 3 key pressed, and when 4 key pressed. So if I press 1, as you can see, it's actually drawing. There's the costume, alright. And the costume, if I blow it up, it's just a white line that gets a little bit smaller each time. Alright? So each time it draws, it gets a little bit smaller. Like so. But the problem is that I shouldn't be diving through the costumes because it's changing every time I click on it. So let's try that again. But before we do that, watch this. It's going to take forever. So if we put it into turbo mode and press 1, it's a little bit quicker. So there you go. And there's your costumes. I'll do it again. Okay. And that's what it does. So it does starts with costume 1 and it does a little stampy repeat thing here with the drawing, and in here this is the part that is much the same for all of them. Goes to the middle, points in a certain direction, moves out a certain radius, and then does its little thing in there. Changes its direction, does it again 24 times. That's what gets you around the ring. When it goes to the next costume, the radius comes down a little bit, so the radius starts at 150 and then away it goes. It's got a pen colour in there that it probably doesn't need. Let's try that again. Here, the pen colour is totally irrelevant. So there you have it. Okay, done. Now if we go to number 2 and have a look, we've got exactly the same script. The only thing that's changed is the costume. So over here everything's exactly the same, except when I press, oh, don't need that, it can go. So let's try number 2. Okay, so that's kind of a pretty ordinary way of doing it. It draws each little dot. The ones over here, if you go back over here, you'll notice this repeat's gone. It's just been replaced by the stamp, because all it does this time is it just stamps the costume and it resizes the dot. So when I press 3, it's pretty quick because turbo's on. It just resizes it. And this one, same thing again. Duplicate the costume, change the colours, and when you run it with 4, that's what you get. So there's the 4 dots. Very similar, slightly different way of doing it, getting you the results, and then we'll have a look at how it all works in Canvas.